my style is very kind of moody, dramatic, theatrical almost, and very strong. So I've been on PeoplePerHour, I'd say kind of guessing 2 or 3 years, probably about 3 actually. So I started off studying photography GCSE. I went into A-level. I then actually got into more of a kind of theatre background and dance and kind of choreography. So from that I kind of did a bit of producing and stuff like that. I realised I kind of much more liked when a freeze frame was kind of still. So I kind of picked up a camera around that time, kind of the first few times properly, and tried to kind of show the actors what I meant in terms of freeze. And that's when I kind of realised I liked I liked working with a camera and still image rather than kind of moving image and stuff like that. Been doing it probably about 10 years now. Probably say the last 4 years really have been definitely the ones that kind of been the busiest. I've been fully invested obviously in the business and able to give the time to the projects, to the clients, and kind of apply for as many projects and exciting kind of opportunities as possible. I'd say my area of speciality would be fashion, beauty and sportswear, I'd say. I think that's where I probably have the most, my creative ideas come through the most, and I probably hopefully deliver the best. So I've upskilled myself mostly by learning different softwares really. So there's definitely some briefs that I get asked quite often if I do photography and videography. I tend to specialise in photography, but there's a few briefs that it's been something really basic videography wise. So yeah, I started kind of upskilling by learning videography, DaVinci, which is a kind of editing software and stuff like that. So yeah, I've kind of now I'm able to take quite simplistic videography when it's in a predominantly kind of photography brief. I've learned Lightroom as well for more bulk retouching, so events and things that is kind of more of a preset or a really minimal kind of edit. And then Capture One as well, which I've been using for the last year, which is pretty much my preferred software with Photoshop. So yeah, it's overall I'd just say it's learning different softwares and kind of always keeping up with the new stuff that's out there and so on. So this was quite a long photo shoot in the making. It was a collaboration, and we shot at Sketch London. So it's a popular kind of tea room in London, and it was a kind of dream idea that I'd had for a while. I pitched it to the venue, and after kind of 2 years of communication back and forth, and probably about 2.5 to 3 years even with COVID, we finally kind of shot there December last year. And that was just really exciting. I was working with a designer and a brilliant model, and it was just an exceptional team, and it was all kind of a collaboration, so it was really all our ideas coming together and just strong creatives creating something that we all feel passionate about, and all our ideas are kind of mixing and merging. So yeah, that was really good, and that's literally come out today in Fashion Gone Rogue. So that's a project that was been really exciting, because I produced it, but also we had a lot of creative input from the whole team, from even the venue, so Sketch, even kind of saying what they liked and disliked about the shoot, and then what to kind of bring in, what they feel would represent them as a venue, and same with the designer and makeup and everything. So yeah, that was a really, really cool shoot. I do think it's quite important, especially for end deliverables. But for me personally, I tend to have more clients approach me because of my style, or they kind of send me a reference of something they really liked, or a shoot they saw, or a reference image that I've got on my site or my Instagram and stuff like that, and then they kind of tend to say, this is the style we like, this is the style we want to have again from you, but obviously to fit our brand. And then I quite often ask myself for visual references, mood boards, images they like, things they don't like, and then the more I get, the better I can kind of deliver a project well, so that I know it fits with their kind of brand and their ethos and so on. Most of all, I mean, I'm quite a bubbly kind of chatty person anyway, but it's kind of trying to make my client feel at ease and kind of having a chat with them before. If they're very shy, very nervous, I try and even have a meeting with them prior. So even if it's a coffee or something like that, and then they've kind of already met me. So on the day, it's kind of just a bit of a catch up, getting some kind of nice, candid, natural shots, and then kind of getting those serious ones. And yeah, just trying to make them feel at ease and kind of having fun with it as well. Practice your lighting, especially as a junior photographer. I think you can never kind of learn too much or learn too much kit. When I was assisting, I did quite a lot of kind of assisting on Chrome lighting and Lightroom and stuff like that, and it's just kind of keeping that knowledge up to date. So even though you might not use that, kind of still throw yourself into that when you can, and kind of don't shy away from those aspects just because you might not use it. It's actually kind of an undescribable feeling. I think when you're behind the frame, it's just really knowing what composition, frame and kind of angle in your mind, you kind of have that, yes, that's the right moment to click. Hi, my name's Kelly. I'm a freelance photographer on PeoplePerHour.